Continuing our Vote 2012 election coverage this morning, Springfield voters will decide on two bond measures. Well, Lamb Lane Park and Recreation District is asking for $20 million over 20 years.
If Measure 2199 passes, proceeds will be used to acquire land for future parks and trails, preserve habitats, improve and renovate existing parks, and also implement energy conservation projects at recreation facilities. Now, the other measure is 2195. That deals specifically with public safety. And joining us live in studio right now, Springfield Police Chief Jerry Smith.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, getting up early and being here to talk about this. Let's get to the nuts and bolts. So this levy will have a tax rate of $1.28 per 1,000 of assessed property value for 5 years. Now, this is more than the current levy that expires in 2013. So how much more?
It's actually 19 cents per thousand more. So it's a small increase, and that was brought about because the jail was not funded during the entire 5 years of the existing levy.
Okay.
So more nuts and bolts. If approved, where will this money go? Voters want to know. Where will it be spent? How?
It's divided across the police department. There are about 20 positions in the police department that are funded by the levy. There are some money that goes to jail operations. A small amount goes to the courts and to the city prosecution.
Okay, so Chief Smith, why should people vote for this? Why should they say yes? What would you say to that?
Well, the jail seems to be the flagship in the interest of folks that I talk to, and the jail's been remarkable. We have seen a drop in property crimes by 30%. We've seen an increase in the court recovering fine revenue. Our bail went from 2008 to 2011. You compare those 2 years, it went from $360,000 to $1.2 million. And that money eventually can be converted to fines. So the city is recovering additional money, and we're holding people accountable. The other aspect of this is we were spinning our wheels because people weren't showing up for court, and we wanted to get rid of this failure to appear problem in municipal court. We can't control what's happening in circuit court because this jail does not serve circuit court defendants.
All right, so the big question, because if voters strike it down, what will happen? Could the police department see cuts?
If council chose to take the entire amount of funding that is coming from the levy out of the police department, we would be at 1980 staffing levels, and we would not have a jail. And the jail is the foundation of the criminal justice house.
Well, this is all about public safety, and for more information on both the recreation and also the safety measure, that's going to be a forum today, 11:45 to 1 p.m. at the Lamb Lane Center. You can bring your lunch, and also the police chief will be there to be answering questions and talking about, again, this measure, correct?
Yes.
Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for coming.